Hey everyone, welcome to Flicks Fix, where we talk all about movies. And today we are talking about The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is directed by Tom Gormican and stars Nic Cage as Nic Cage, a struggling actor trying to rekindle that stardom that he once had and trying to find what kind of career he wants to have moving forward. It is really, really funny and a really, really good time. Is 100% up its own ass in the best way possible. It is so much fun to watch this like hyper stylized version of Nic Cage trying to like figure out what he wants to do and talk to a different like younger version of himself, interact in that way in this world where we kind of have this preconceived notion of how he really is. We all kind of think he's just a weird guy with all the stories and everything we've heard, but this movie, I think, is just kind of taking all those myths and putting him into this character and having him portray it. And in this movie, he has to go to an island to kind of entertain what they is just a rich a millionaire for his birthday because he's a huge fan. And as the story unravels, Nic Cage is somehow roped in to a CIA investigation, and it is crazy. It's balls to the wall, absurd in the best way. Again, it is hilarious to watch and kind of think about what's going on and go, oh yeah, he's not playing an actor. He's playing himself as an actor in helping the CIA. This is weird as hell, and I'm not sure how I feel about it at times, but it is when it hits so well. And the chemistry between the two leads, Nicolas Cage playing Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal playing Javi, the millionaire that he has to go entertain, the chemistry's off the charts. They play so well off each other. They are funny. You can feel the heart. You can almost just even feel the real love that they have for each other. It is honestly really entertaining. And the idea of it all is actually really funny too. If you just think about a movie where an actor plays himself in a hyper stylized role, going through this and trying to figure out who he is while also helping the CIA as an actor is really funny, especially when it gets into the bigger action beats of the movie. You know, once again, he's not playing him. He's not playing a character. He's playing himself, and he's having to do these action beats with like gun fights and everything. It is hilarious, but at times it doesn't feel like it knows what it wants to be. If it just wants to be a straight comedy, if it wants to feel a little bit more dramatic in its presentation, if it wants to be an action movie, it has a lot of things in the pot, and not all of them really come out well. Some of the stuff doesn't feel as fleshed out. His stuff with his family just kind of feels like a little pushed to the back until the very end, and then it kind of becomes important. But you really kind of lose that sense of importance with the family really quickly when he goes to the island. When it's trying to be genuinely funny, it kind of comes off as cringe comedy, like The Office, but like not as well written. Makes me kind of go, I don't could have done without that. Nothing like too gross or anything, just like uncomfortable, like secondhand embarrassment moments, like I tend to get in movies, and it kind of just wanes on you a little bit. When it hits, it hits, but when it does not hit, and when it kind of slows down, it can be a drag to the point where again I was like, can we hurry it up? I kind of want to get to the funny stuff or the weird action stuff. You're kind of checking your watch going like, man, feels like we should be almost done, but we're not. And the story, as absurd as it is pretty predictable. You can't tell where anything's gonna go besides certain action beats, but like the story in and of itself unraveling, you kind of go, yeah, I kind of saw that coming as soon as he jumps into the CIA. As soon as the CIA recruits him, you kind of understand where the story is gonna go. If you're going just for the like idea of the movie being Nic Cage playing Nic Cage and being a hyper stylized version of himself, and going into the movie just for that bit, you can find a lot of enjoyment out of this movie. But if you're going for anything a little deeper or even a little bit more like interesting, or like it's pretty surface level, is probably the best way to put it. It's a pretty surface level comedy. While it does hit some like hilarious up its own ass moments purposefully, it does also just not go any deeper than that. And I feel like at times the idea of this movie is better than the execution of said movie, That being said, I think that the absurdity of the plot, the performances from the actors, the chemistry from the actors, the writing tends to be when it, like I said, when it hits, it hits. The direction is fine. It doesn't really do much. Doesn't really go anywhere. There's no real stamp. And there's also like everything else just kind of plays out like your generic kind of action comedy. So all that being said, I'm feeling a 7 out of 10 for this movie. 7 out of 10 for The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. But let me know what you think. Comment down below. Let me know. Did you see this movie? Are you excited for this movie? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video.